charged. That won't go away until the trial has run its course, appeals have happened, et cetera. So what he's really asking is, could he have a 2-3 year kind of pause on the disbarment proceedings, and more importantly, probably for him, not go into criminal proceedings as someone who has been found to have done these 11 things that Pete just mentioned, up to and including moral turpitude.
Yeah, I mean, Peter, it's interesting, I guess you could say, that Eastman's lawyer said last night that they're, quote, holding out hope that he will not be indicted. And if that was the case, then wouldn't they maybe not be so concerned about how charges could impact his disbarment proceedings?
Well, I think they came to the sudden realization that all these statements that he has made to the California bar proceedings actually, in fact, are things that Jack Smith and others are looking at and potentially using. But at the end of the day, I mean, there is an obligation to adhere to a certain moral and ethical standard to have a bar license, and that is independent of any sort of criminal behavior. But it all goes to, between his statements and the statements of his attorneys, this sort of crazy world of disinformation in which they have bought into this narrative about all of this fraud, about all of these things that demonstrably never happened. And trying to maintain that in a court of law, trying to maintain that in a bar proceeding where facts come into play, isn't going to hold up, no matter what they say on television.
Facts, where facts come into play. That is not the territory that they are accustomed to playing. And, Harry, you have Jack Smith's indictment against Trump literally laying out how Eastman admitted he knew what they were doing was wrong. One of the most damning accusations against him. Do you expect charges here, Harry?
I do expect charges against him and all of them. I think he stayed his hand, did Smith, in order to make a fast charge against Trump. So yeah, Eastman's in all kinds of trouble. And remember who Eastman is. He comes to Trump just because he's willing to say what Trump wants. It's all, and look, he gets to be a rock star too, up on the ellipse. This is a guy who crawled out from under a rock because Trump was looking for anybody who would just tell him a crazy legal theory. So he's also going to try to say he relied on it, but there's 18 reasons why that won't fly either.